Okay, let's talk about music to Scream 2. So this is her, I believe, what you would call second soundtrack album. Some people would say third because of 336, but that wasn't necessarily a soundtrack to anything. And her last one, ICU, was the soundtrack to her first graphic novel. And here we are, Poppy's Inferno. It's the release date for it. I'll give you an update on that at the end of the video when that review is going to be, or if it'll ever be, I don't know. But yeah, it's 6 tracks, it's got no lyrics, and it's a noise album. And I know what noise is. It wasn't necessarily my favorite genre to go off of at all, so I was just kind of like, yeah, we'll see. The songs, other than the first track being 55 seconds, were kind of very long and a lot to take in. A lot of it sounded like video game effects, and the only feature on this thing was Gasm on track 3, which is... that track is the definition of disturbing. There's a lot of background screaming, and it kind of sounds a lot like just a cat being tortured. And I don't mean that in like a rude way. That's just what it sounds like. It definitely is very disturbing. But hey, just in time for Halloween, I guess. We're only 11 days away from that. And track 5 was kind of just silence, which was confusing to me because I was like, wait a minute, this isn't over yet. And through the whole 6 minutes and 13 seconds, unless it's like really faint sound that I can't hear, it was silence. So it really confused me why that one was on there. I don't know. Each track was titled Scream, but it had one extra M behind it, so I decided not to do like a favorite, okay, and least favorite because, well, they're all titled Scream, and I guess I could have said like Scream times 2 or Scream times 6, but that just would have been too much for my likings. So yeah, I mean, basically this review is shorter than I wanted to be, but it definitely is interesting, and it's not one necessarily that you're gonna go back to. This isn't like a standard album at all. It's more just kind of like, you know, once you read the novel and understand what's going on in the situations, I think you'll be able to put these tracks in where they're supposed to go when it makes a lot more sense then. So right now it's just kind of one where you're going, oh yeah, it's just a random noise album, but once the graphic novel is read and whatever, you probably understand it a little bit more. So you know what? No rating for this thing, just because it wouldn't necessarily seem fair to do that, because, well, it's just a noise album, it's just a soundtrack album. There's not really anything supposed to be special about it. It's just sort of supposed to fit the atmosphere of what we're expected to read. Now, the graphic novel update. I canceled the first order I had for the other one because it just was not coming. And I still saved my Sumerian Records one because I feel like that bundle's pretty cool. And I ended up getting the novel from the website that she promoted on Twitter that had it on there, because I remember ordering from her website, her merch store, and it coming pretty quickly. So we'll see where that's at. And I figured, you know, because she kept talking about, you know, finally after shipping delays, it's the graphic novel, and I figured if I ordered off her website, I was like, it probably doesn't have a shipping delay if this is the one that she's promoting to go get the album from, or the graphic novel from. So that's where I got it, and I did it on 2-day shipment because it was actually the cheapest thing to do, was do it on 2-day shipment. So when it ships out, which I'll get an email about that hopefully within the next couple of days, at least I hope. I just wasn't getting anywhere with the other one, and I decided to keep Sumerian Records one on there because they're a little backed up, but, you know, as long as I get the graphic novel before it comes, it's just kind of like Sumerians can come when it comes. But yeah, so once it gets shipped, it should be here pretty quickly, and I remember that when I ordered one of her shirts during this whole pandemic thing around this time. It came within like 2 or 3 business days, so that will be whenever. I still don't know, but when I get a shipping update, well, I'm not going to let you know, but you'll definitely know when I get it, because it'll be out probably a couple of days afterwards. But expect a review for her fiance Ghostmane's album Anti-Icon tomorrow, and then I also have a review planned for Friday, that being, I don't know how, well, 2 reviews. I don't know how, but They Found Me released their debut album Razzmatazz, and the Gorillaz released their album Song Machine. I plan on reviewing those 2. And like I said, as for the graphic novel, well, only time will tell with that. Hopefully the quicker shipment and the website I ordered from made it different, so yeah. And yes, I did get my money back for canceling the Amazon one. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid to think that I didn't, but that basically does it for me. I mean, if you heard this album, soundtrack, whatever you want to call it, you can tell me in the comments below what did you think about it. And until then, like I said, I guess I'll keep you posted on the graphic novel, but for now, it's still kind of up in the air when that's going to be, but there are other things that are going to be coming out, so yeah. Until then, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.